And we are live, guys. Welcome to another live stream from the Men of High Value channel. My name is Joseph Darling. Today, we are going to tackle the question, how to be disciplined. Let's hope that the sound works, and if it doesn't, that sucks for you guys. It seems to be working. Let me know. How can you be disciplined? Let's first start with the word discipline, shall we? This is not a religious channel, although, it's Jesus who, very often the word disciple is connected to. But let's just put that aside for now, although that's extremely important, okay? Let's look at the word disciple, discipline. Where does it come from? It comes from the word to learn, okay? So pupil, student, follower, see that? To learn, intellectually, to grasp intellectually, to analyze thoroughly, to take hold of, to grasp, okay? I think this is pretty cool. Why is it so important to understand the wording? If you're going to be disciplined, what does disciplined means? It means that you're a disciple. A disciple of what? And what does it truly mean to be a disciple? I wrote down a thought surrounding this, and when you think about the word disciplined, you think about commitment. Okay, at least that's what I think about when I think about disciplined. If you don't have anything to be disciplined to or towards, what's the point of being disciplined at all? Okay, so first of all, there needs to be a destination, a vision, something that you are committed to. If you don't have that, if you don't have a purpose of where you're going, then it doesn't really matter what road you take, was said in Alice in Wonderland, right? So we need to understand, first of all, if you're going to be disciplined, you got to know where you're going, okay? You got to know where you're going. You got to know who you're following, because that is going to decide where you're going very often. Your environment dictates where you're going. So if your environment is filled up with people who are not going anywhere, and people who are putting you down, people who contribute stinking thinking to you, then it's going to be extremely difficult for you to be disciplined towards going somewhere. So what I recommend is understanding the 5 phases of leadership. Number 1, allow yourself to be led. It is the most important one because it is foundational for all the others. All the others are. Number 2, lead yourself. Number 3, lead others. Number 4, lead women. Number 5, lead kids. And in that order. Okay? It's not like you start with leading women first when you're 14 years old and I like girls and I want to have a girlfriend and all that stuff. No, screw that. Okay? That's not the time. You want to make sure that everything is done in priority, because if you don't do things in priority, then you're going to stumble. You're going to have issues. You're going to basically have to go back to square one eventually at some point in your life. You don't want to do that. You want to build foundation upon foundation upon foundation upon foundation. And number 1 is allow yourself to be led. Why? Because of to learn, right? There's 2 things that you need to do in your life and you will become successful if you just master these 2 skills. Master them. And it's really only these 2 skills. If you master these 2 skills, I'm repeating myself, for a purpose, you're going to do amazing in life. Have a willingness to work and have a willingness to learn. That's it. Be willing to work, be willing to learn. Those 2 combined. And in reality, if you combine these 2, you'll understand that working is commitment. The disciple or the discipline is the learning. Okay? And what's really cool about it, if you understand knowledge, education, well, what is that? Knowledge, if it's not applied, means squat. It actually makes you a hypocrite, a non-integral person. If you've got knowledge but you don't apply it, okay, then you're not progressing with that knowledge, okay? Yes, there are some things in my life that I'm not applying yet, but there's also a priority to things, so that you need to make sure that the foundation is right before you apply certain things, okay? So, so you don't screw over the thing that you know you're going to do, right? But what I'm saying is, knowledge applied is wisdom. And the highest form of knowledge is use. Okay, so if you combine all of those things that I just mentioned, do you have the right knowledge? Where is that knowledge taking you, or where has it been taking you so far? Is your life absolutely flippin' amazing? If not, there must be something wrong with either the information you have or with your commitment. You're not disciplined? Well, maybe you're not committed to something or someone or a purpose. So we got to start with that first. What are you learning? Where are you getting your information? Where are you getting your vision from? Do you even know what your vision is? I've spoken before about writing down 100 dreams list. It's a start, okay? To get you on the purpose of finding out the 3 things that fire you up outside your brain and that you're going to attack, and those things you're committed to for life, and you're going to get it. Okay? But you start out with 100 in order for you to screen down to 20, and then from 20 you go to 5, and then from 5 you narrow it down to just 3 dreams. Not many people do this exercise, but if you do it, you will become a ballistic missile. Okay? Because once you know what the 3 things is that you desire most of everything on planet Earth, and I'll tell you right now, I know what those things are. Okay? They're the exact same thing for pretty much everyone, all right? You desire a family of some sort, okay? A lot of you guys who don't understand the 3 in love concept that I teach on my Men of High Value and Women of High Value channels, you won't understand this one. But all of you guys, once you understand 3 in love, you want 3 in love. There's no exception to the rule. It's like, whoa, I can have 3 women and I actually know how to retain them and actually know how to have them be harmonious in my life. Yes, and they'll be committed forever. Yes, they won't cheat. No, if you do things right, they'll stick to you, okay? So anyway, what I'm saying, that's one of the things. Family, you want women and you want kids and you want to protect them and you want to provide for them. Fantastic. You also want a lot of money, right? Because with money comes power. With money comes freedom. With money comes all of the things that you will have the opportunity of doing, right? Power in the sense of the ability to do, skills, mastering something. And the third one is you just want to have fantastic energy. That's really your health aspect. Those are the 3 goals that most people have. And if we have those, man, we're fired up outside our brains. Okay? Now, obviously, you might have some individual dreams that kind of go in each of those somewhat. But really, when you get back really down to it, those are the 3 things. Now, I personally have one that kind of encapsulates all these 3. Okay? So I have these 3. I have 3 categories of life that I have goals in. But the main purpose that I have, I want to create heaven on earth, okay? I want to create peace. I want to create joy between the genders. I want to help men, maximize their potential, become who they're supposed to be so that they can attract the women that they desire and then create amazing family units so that the next generation can be amazing. That's the only way that we can create heaven on earth, is that each generation gets better and better and better and better over time. So obviously, I'm not going to achieve this in my lifetime, right? There's 8 billion people. There's going to be 10 billion people at some point in time, probably. And I can't reach all of those people in my lifetime. Maybe I will with social media and everything these days and you guys sharing my video. But in general, that's my purpose. That's what I want to do, okay? I want to unburden women and children. So that's my ultimate purpose. Do you know yours? Because once you know your ultimate purpose, then it's just about prioritization and fixing this, okay? This one right there. Because if you have your vision, Let's just assume that you do. You have your vision, everything's ready. I want this, okay? So you have you basically know now what you want, but you don't know how to get there. You know the why, hopefully. If you don't know the why, that's the first thing that you need to figure out. Why do you want those things that you desire? Okay, let's figure out why you want them. Now, it's about how do you do it? How do you get to that end destination? And do you actually do it? And if you don't do those things that will take you to that end destination, why is that? And it has to do with this one. Okay. How do you stay disciplined? How do you commit? First, you got to get the vision. You got to get the dream. You got to find someone. Okay, next is you got to find someone who either has the thing that you desire or someone who is massively going in that direction with massive momentum. Okay, and you just, you want to be part of the ride, and do you get what I'm saying? Because once you have someone that you can attack your purpose and your dream and vision with, you now are more apt to be committed to that process. If it's just you on your journey, on your own, moving towards your purpose, okay, or whatever it is that you believe you desire, you can give up any time, anywhere. And no one's going to notice. No one's going to even know what you want or what you gave up on or what you're not doing in your life. You need other people, okay? Yes, we're individualistic. We're masculine, okay? We don't want other people's help, blah, blah, blah. However, the foundation of, allow yourself to be led is what's going to take you to your final destination. Why? Because of environment. Environment, man. Right? We're all environmental creatures because we all start out feminine. But your environment when you start out feminine sucks, which means that you're going to continue in your femininity for a long period of time until you change your environment. You choose a different environment. If you're in an environment where people are not disciplined, they're not committed to a goal or dream or a purpose that they have and they're massively moving towards it, then you will be infected by their stinking thinking. Their thinking, basically, they are going in the direction, but it's not the direction you want to go in. This is why I talk about the 80-hour work week so much, because it releases you from your family, from your friends, from your stinking environment, because it puts you in a completely new one. 80% of the time of your awake, time, you will be in a completely different environment than you were 2 weeks ago, 1 month ago. I want to get you out of your stinking thinking. If you are in the same environment that you've been in the last 4 years, nothing's changed, has it? And if anything has changed, your life has gotten worse, okay? So we've got to change the environment, which is the number one thing that you got to do. How do you stay disciplined? You change your environment to make sure that you don't receive any more stinking thinking, and then you get the correct mindset and thinking from the right people who will take you to your final destination. Whether it's because you have a coach or a mentor, or because you're following someone who is personally invested in you, okay? Meaning it could be a friend who's going on the same journey. But to be honest with you, you need someone who's been there, done that, and who's got the information that you need, and who's got the thinking that you need. More importantly, your network is your net worth. Your network is your net worth. What's your network? How does it look like? How to stay disciplined, how to be disciplined, how to be committed to a cause. You need a group. You need a tribe. You need an inner circle. But more importantly, you need a mentor. All the rich people that you see on planet Earth today all had a mentor of some sort. All of them. All. Okay? I can't stress that enough, okay? And when we're talking about the elites, the greats, all of those, they learned everything that they know from some specific individuals. Obviously, they were sponges. They were willing to learn, right? Because they had a place to go, they had a destination to get to, blah, blah, blah. And they get information and they absorb it like sponges. The richest people on planet Earth, those that actually got there by choice and by, commitment, They got there because of being willing to learn, okay? This is basically humility, meekness, actually taking in information and beginning to apply it. And then they were committed to that path to find, basically failing forward, okay? Figuring out that which does not work of the knowledge that you've achieved or that you've acquired, and then actually figuring out what actually does work, right? The definition of truth is that which works. In the long run, in the big scheme of things, the truth will always get you to your final destination that you want to get to. You have your vision, your purpose, your dreams. Guess what? The truth will get you there. The truth will set you free. The truth will give you everything in life that you desire. What is the truth? It is that which works. Okay? So when you're getting knowledge from a bunch of people, and sometimes the knowledge contradicts each other, right? There are some principles that work, and then there are other principles that don't work. And if you're going to keep failing on your own with stuff that don't work, you're not going to get to your final destination. You need the truth. Where do I find the truth? Well, if you don't have anyone who has the lifestyle that you desire, because if they've actually applied the truth that was necessary to get them to where they are, right? So you got to figure out, how did they get to where they are? You know the why, you know where you're going, you know the vision, you know everything, but you don't know how to get there or how to stay committed to that process. You get that information from the people who's already there, right? And then you ask them questions. What about this? And what about that? And what about this? And what about that? What about this? What about that? That's how you get to your final destination, man. Allow yourself to be led. If you never allow yourself to be led, you'll stay right where you are, or worse, you'll go a different direction than what you were meant to do. See that? And the commitment. I've said before, personal development is a team sport. It's a team sport, meaning you need other people. There is no I in personal development. I made that up a few days ago. There is no I in personal development. It's we. We're doing this together as a group. So it's not really personal, is it? It's a collective, together. Yeah, it sounds kind of feminine, but guess what? If we're raised with the correct feminine principles from the get-go, from mothers who actually love us and adore us and actually want the best for us, blah, 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 they'll actually help us understand the benefits of some feminine principles that we keep at the bottom as a foundation while we build up our masculinity. Okay, so when I say that we're moving towards masculinity, people think that, that there's no femininity there at all. There's massive femininity on the way to your masculine goal and potential. It's all feminine, to be honest. Because when you fail forward, you become vulnerable. And when you're vulnerable, you're feminine, right? That's what progress is. Moving towards your final destination, you're going to fail tons forward, and you're going to be vulnerable, and you're going to be ignorant, and you're going to fail, and that's just how it is. But not only that, you keep that feminine aspect of I'm allowing myself to be led, because I know there's always someone who knows more about specific things that I need to know in order for me to get to my final destination. This is how you stay disciplined, guys. The environment, it's everything. Right? Where do you start? Well, figure out your dreams and goals. And that should, if you don't know what it is, then listen to my videos again and again and again, because it makes kind of sense, right? Yeah, I do want a family. Yeah, that's what I want for. 3 in love. I've never heard that before, but okay, let me study it a little bit. I don't recommend monogamy. But no sleeping around either. That's worse, okay? Don't sleep around outside of lifelong committed relationships. And then the other aspect, where was I going with that? Anyway, the whole point that I'm saying is you need to know your final destination. You need to commit to a process. I recommend this one, okay? I recommend my videos, my channel, because we have a step-by-step process of what you need to do next. If you haven't hired me as a coach yet, I highly recommend that you do, because we're going to supercharge you towards success. It's going to go so much faster, 5 times faster, 10 times faster. It's worth it, okay? Give it a shot. But more importantly, understand that you need those two things, those two skills that you need to master: the willingness to learn and the willingness to work. Are you willing to work? Because that's the first principle of this channel. It's not semen retention, although we talk about that a lot. It is the 80-hour work week. You will not achieve all of your dreams and goals. You will not have joy, bliss, and happiness, okay? Trust me, for the long term, with the gigantic mindset that we have here, if you do not do the 80-hour work week. It is crucial. It changes you. It changes your character. It changes your values. It gives you a completely different environment, which is exactly what you need to stay committed and disciplined on your journey. Thank you so much for watching, guys. You guys are absolutely awesome. And I'll see you guys in the next one.